back to Wiseman Company, everybody. I'm Ben. Today we're going to be looking at an ACOG from Trigicon. Obviously, this one's a TA31. This isn't the original TA31 that everyone has come to know, love, and use that was originally put into service in 1995. I was in first grade, by the way, when that happened. This is a newer version. This has a different reticle. This one has the ACSS Aurora Reticle from the primary arms. Now, a lot of you that have watched the channel for some time now know I'm a fan of these reticles. They do some things that a lot of other reticles don't do. And to start off the bat, I'm not a big fan of the TA31. I don't like the fixed 4-power, and I don't like the very short eye relief. So, for me to get on board with something like this, it needs to offer something else. Now, that's where this Aurora reticle comes in. And this reticle is based off meters, not yards. And I'm going to roll a chart in here that is specific to what you're using. So your type of ammo and your barrel length. This is a 14.5-inch gun, and I was using M193 ball ammo, 55 grain. So I have a 50-meter zero for this gun. Depending on what you're going to use, that might differ. Now, with that zero, as far as I could tell, as long as I was doing my part, everything seemed to line up accordingly. My BDC across the board, I didn't get out terribly far, but out to 400 yards, everything seemed to be on point as far as I could tell from my end of things. But am I holding the gun still? Am I calling the wind right? Etc. So make sure you consult that chart so you can get the best possible zero in meters, and then the reticle will work best for you when you have all that figured out. So getting into this optic and reticle, again, this Aurora reticle is filled with capability. Obviously you have BDC, but you have range estimation, and that is as far as the width of a target you can range estimate, or the height of a target, even partial targets. It has general wind holds, it has moving target holds, fast mover holds. It is just jam-packed. This optic I've had for probably a few weeks right now, so this is initial review on it. This one is in green. You can get it in red if that's more your speed. It does have tritium inside, and it does use the fiber optic. Tritium life for the ACOG is around 12 years, but since there's a etched reticle in here, if your tritium goes out, no big deal. All right, let's roll in some graphics so you guys can see exactly what some of the capabilities are with this Aurora reticle. You're going to have general wind holds at 5 and 10 miles per hour, I believe, and general mover holds. And the movers would be an armed combatant either walking with a rifle or running with a rifle. Your BDC is going to go down to 800 meters. I can't see taking this 5.56 gun out to 800 meters, but that BDC does go down that far, and it does break it down into 50-meter increments with those hashes in between there. So you do have a little bit of a finer hold with this reticle, not so much a general hold, breaking it down 100 meters at a time. As you can see, the outer edges of the reticle, those are for your fast mover holds and your range estimation. Again, this optic and this reticle is packed with a lot of different features. I can see myself spending a lot of time with this Aurora reticle and learning something new every time I use it. It just has so many capabilities that you're gonna need to really put some time into it to get fast and accurate with it. There's a lot of math and science that go into these reticles, far beyond my knowledge of long distance shooting and mathematics and all that jazz. Dimitri and his team, whoever's coming up with these reticles, they are just math whizzes. So, as you can see, this reticle to a new shooter might be a little overwhelming, but give it time, have patience, work with it, learn it, and I guarantee you're gonna get fast and accurate with it. My experience with it, I got out to 400 yards, and it was actually really, really easy to make hits. All the holds fell right in line, even used a little bit of wind holds, and everything worked out great. Up close, you got that 4x magnification, so I was definitely slower with up close targets, and it was hard for me to shoot with both eyes open. Typically shoot with both eyes open, but I had a little bit of difficulty focusing, just a little bit of a learning curve, I think. I'm a big fan of the TA34, that's the 1.5 power, little mini Trijicon with an ACSS reticle. Big fan of that. That's definitely a lot faster, and again, that's because it probably has less magnification. If you want to go check out that video, by all means do that. That video is out, and it's been out for a while. I'm still a big fan of that TA34. So my experience with this TA31 was positive. Again, I'm going to need to spend more time on this optic to get better with it. I think I'm going to keep it on this 14.5-inch gun because everything seems to work out really, really nicely with the M193 ball ammo. And if I get really good with it, maybe I'll experiment a little bit and put on some other guns as well. But initial impressions, really like this optic. Of course, the glass is super clear on it. I mean, Trigicon's history with their ACOGs is top notch. There's nothing to really argue about or discuss there. These things have been in service forever, and they're probably going to be around for another 10 to 20 years. Who knows? They're just bomb-proof, great optics. What I would like to try on this TA31 is an RMR on top. I think that's going to take away any issues I had with up-close targets. Because I don't have any magnification then, I can just kind of peep over the top, use that dot as needed. And then as I back out, dip down into the ACOG, use that reticle any way I need to. So I'd like to try that out, and that's probably going to be a second video building on top of this. Gonna throw an RMR on top of there and see how that shakes things up. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'd like to talk with you guys about this TA31. This is my first time using this Aurora reticle again, and I'm excited to keep using it. If you like this video, hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all that support. And if you want to check out some cool gear, go over to wisemancompany.com. A lot of great stuff over there. Go check it out. My name's Ben. We'll see you on the next video.